Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing very well. Welcome to this edition of our Sunday series, Places in News, where we bring to you some of the places that have been in news lately. So, let us start off with our today's discussion with the very first location as Gogra and Hot Springs. First of all, these 2 points are region of Eastern Ladakh that is situated along the line of actual control. So, recently it has been in news as the Indian and Chinese troops have completed the disengagement process at the patrolling point 15, which is also known as PP15. And remember, here we are talking about disengagement and not de-escalation. Now, before discussing about the disputed territories, let us first look into the map, the India-China border, or as we call it, the line of actual control, or the LAC. Now, the term line of actual control is said to have been used by the Chinese Premier Zhou Enlai in a letter which he wrote to our then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru in the year 1959. And the term LAC originally referred to only the boundary in the western sector. We are talking about this one. But during the 1990s, the entire boundary between India and China was termed as the line of actual control. Now, the LAC is different from the borders claimed by each country. The Indian claims include the entire Aksai Chin region, and the Chinese claims include whole of the Arunachal Pradesh as it considers it to be part of the Tibet region. Further on, the line of actual control is divided into 3 sectors. We have the western sector over here, we have the middle sector of the LAC, and then we have the eastern sector that is along Arunachal Pradesh. Now, when we say the western sector of LAC, it is also known as the Aksai Chin sector, and this region is claimed by the Chinese government after the 1962 Indo-China War. So, China calls the Aksai Chin region to be an autonomous part of the Xinjiang province of China, whereas India claims it to be an integral part of the Jammu and Kashmir region. Now, it was for the first time in the year 1865, Johnson Line was drawn by the British Indian government, Johnson Line, which actually put the Aksai Chin region in Kashmir. So now when we say the middle sector, it is between Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh on the Indian side and the Tibet Autonomous Region on the Chinese side. And when we say the eastern sector, it is between Arunachal Pradesh on the Indian side and the Tibet Autonomous Region on the Chinese side. And in this region, we generally follow the McMahon Line. Now, the McMahon Line, it is a boundary between Tibet and British India as agreed in the maps in the 1914 Shimla Agreement. But the Republic of China was not a party to the McMahon Line Agreement. Therefore, China claims the Arunachal Pradesh region as it considers it to be a part of their Tibet province. Now, the central sector of the LAC is less disputed section of the Indo-China border, but there have been cases like the Doklam standoff in the year 2017. Doklam is a region that lies between China's Chumbi Valley to the north, also Bhutan to the east, and India's Sikkim state to the west. And also there have been trading issues along the Nathula Pass in Sikkim that has brought distress between both the sides. And as we have discussed, in the eastern sector, the McMahon Line differentiated India and China. But in 1962 war, the People's Liberation Army of China covered 9,000 kilometers square of area in the valley. Now here we are talking about the disputed points between the western sector of the line of actual control, particularly the Hot Spring and the Gogra region. So this is known as PP15, the patrolling point 15. It is one of the 65 patrolling points in the Ladakh region along the line of actual control. And we have the Gogra post that is to the east of Hot Spring, which saw standoff between both the sides in May 2020. Another important regions are, here we have the Daulat Beg Oldie, the Galwan Valley region, which is also known as PP14. We have the Pangong So region, and to the north here we have the Karakoram Pass. So this was a little bit about Hot Spring and LAC. Now let us move on to our next location, and that is Turkmenistan. So recently Turkmenistan came up in news as it plans to join the International North-South Transport Corridor, that is the INSTC, that is jointly being established by Russia, Iran and India. Now for the further details about INSTC, you can check out the links in the description box below. And let's move on to see where is Turkmenistan located. Now, as we know, Turkmenistan is one of the 5 Central Asian countries. It is landlocked and the capital city is Ashgabat, which is also the largest city in the country. Turkmenistan is the second largest state in Central Asia after Kazakhstan, and it is the southernmost of all the 5 Central Asian countries. Now, when we say Central Asia, it includes 5 countries, that is Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan. Now, all these 5 Central Asian countries are known to be landlocked, In fact, Uzbekistan is known to be doubly landlocked. That means it is surrounded by countries which itself are landlocked. So if you see into the map, this is Turkmenistan with the capital city Ashgabat. To the northwest, you see Kazakhstan. We have Kazakhstan over here. And northeast and northeast, it is bordered by Uzbekistan. Further on, we have Afghanistan to the southeast and Iran to the south and southwest. And if you come to the western side, there is the Caspian Sea. But Caspian Sea itself is considered to be landlocked. The major rivers are the Ammu Darya River and the Murghab River. The Ammu Darya River flows from the Aral Sea. And to the center, we have the famous Karakum Desert. Further on, if we look into a bit of history of Turkmenistan, it was historically inhabited by Indo-Iranians, and after its independence from the Soviet Union, after the disintegration of Soviet Union back in 1991, the sovereign state of Turkmenistan has been ruled by three repressive totalitarian regimes. If we talk about the climate, the place is in temperate desert zone with a dry continental climate, and it is remote from the open sea. It has mountain ranges to the south and southeast. Moreover, the climate is characterized by low precipitation, low cloudiness, and high evaporation. And as we have already seen in the central part, most of the country is covered by the Karakum or the Black Sand Desert. Now, if we talk about the resources, Turkmenistan possesses the world's fourth largest reserves of natural gas. Moreover, the oil found in the country is also of very high grade, both as a fuel and as a raw material for chemical production. If we talk about its membership, Turkmenistan is an active member of the United Nations, International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, Asian Development Bank, moreover the Economic Cooperation Organization, the Organization of Islamic Countries, and also the Food and Agricultural Organization. Its principal trading partners include China, Turkey, Russia, and the United Arab Emirates. Now, if we talk about some other facts related to it, the country is widely criticized for its poor human rights. Moreover, the use of death penalty was formally abolished in the 2008 constitution. For demographics, the vast majority of the people in the country are Muslims, and mostly they are the Sunni Muslims. So this was a little bit about Turkmenistan. Now let us move on to our next location, and that is Qatar. So it was recently seen in news as the Indian government organized a virtual networking meet with Qatar that was to promote the export of agricultural products that are inherent to India. So let us look into the map. Where is Qatar located? So here we have Qatar and the capital city is Doha. It shares only the sole land border with the neighboring country Saudi Arabia, and that is to the south. So here it shares the border with Saudi Arabia. The rest of the territory, as you can see, it is surrounded by the Persian Gulf. Now here we have the Gulf of Bahrain, which is also an inlet of the Persian Gulf that separates Qatar from the nearby Bahrain. So the nearby country that is known as Bahrain. Furthermore, politically, Qatar has been ruled as a hereditary monarchy by the House of Thani. If we talk about geographical features, most of the country consists of low, barren plain that is covered with sand. Furthermore, if you look to the southeast, Khor al-Aded Inland Sea, which is an area of rolling sand dunes that is surrounding an inlet of the Persian Gulf. The highest point is Qurain Abu al-Bol, which is around 338 feet in height. Oil and natural gas are the major resources of Qatar, and the main onshore oil deposits are located in an area which is known as the Jebel Dukhan. In addition, the natural gas fields lies offshore, that is to the northwest of the entire peninsula. Lastly, if we talk about climate, there are mild winters and very hot and humid summers. So this was a little bit about Qatar, and with this we call it a wrap of today's edition of Places in News. I hope you liked the video. I will see you with some other video tomorrow. Till then, take care and do stay tuned.